Hey, everybody. You know what time it is. It's another Wednesday night at 8 p.m. It's the Relationship Gumbo Podcast Live Edition. And I'm glad y'all came back. This is, especially people that come back on the replay. Please press hashtag replay. Let me know you made it. Let me know how you're doing. And for those of you that are joining live, welcome back. We're about to talk about something. We're going to have a little bit of fun as usual, but we're going to talk about something that some people need to hear. A lot of us need to hear. We're talking about relationship goals, and we're going to go a little deeper than normal on this because, I like to give you guys perspective. So what I want you to do first and foremost is share this with everybody you know, your friends, your family, your dog, everybody that got a phone, everybody that have a laptop, share an invite. Please do that for me. Now, as usual, I'm going to need to make sure this is going everywhere it needs to go. So we are broadcasting live on Facebook and YouTube. So I want to make sure everything is working before I start running my mouth. So give me about 30 seconds and I'm going to check everything out and I'll be right back. So stand by.
Okay, everybody wants good love, that's true, I know. Derek Jones about to break it down with the Relationship Gumbo. Welcome to the podcast. Ain't no doubt we all need this, cause better relationships need better ingredients, so if you want better relations, it's about communication, finding love, staying together. We all wanna make it better, yeah. Derek Jones, the host, your relationship coach. Thank you all for tuning in. Relationship Gumbo,
Hey, I'm over here sharing. Y'all supposed to be sharing too. Let me get this one last share in, and then we're gonna get it in. So this what I want y'all to do. Like seriously, is I want you to share and invite this with people that you know are struggling with dating, struggling with just trying to figure out what they want. People that are already in relationships that don't know what the hell they're doing there. Share this with all these people. Right? All of y'all should have at least 10 of these, right? So tonight, we about to get it in. So without further ado, if you're here for the first time, this is also an audio podcast. And so what I normally do is I will pause for 3 seconds, start the actual podcast, and pause for another 3 seconds at the end so I can chop it off. So if y'all give me that time, we're going to be about to get it in. So stand by. And welcome to another episode of the Relationship Gumbo Podcast. My name is Derek Jones, and I'm your host. I'm a certified life coach, an engineer, a strategist, and a mental health advocate. And tonight, it's all about relationship goals. The topic of the night is, do you need to rethink your relationship goals? Have you ever even thought that far about what you want, what you need, what type of relationship you want? So here's the caveat, right? I believe we did a show on relationship goals like way, maybe even a year ago. And we talked about how people claim, hashtag relationship goals and, they're looking at other people and they're making that their goal, right? Scrap that for tonight. We're going to touch on that a little bit, but we about to go a little deeper than that tonight, right? Because y'all know your boy. I always like to give you layers and perspective. So let's think about this. We're going to do a few bullet points. Y'all know I normally don't do them, but sometimes I need them to make sure I stay on pace because I can go long. So first thing we're going to talk about is when you're talking about the relationship that you want to have, think about what your needs were in the relationship. And I know some of y'all are a little, we not young. Most of my audience isn't young. So we'll say, because some of y'all might be 20, but let's say 10 years ago, right? 10 years ago, what were your relationship goals? What was your goals when you got out of high school? What was your goals when you was 30? And did you take life by the reins, got busy? Maybe you had a relationship, maybe you got a divorce, maybe you back out on the dating scene. Did you rethink your needs? Did you rethink your wants? Did you keep those same needs and wants from when you was 25? And you thought you was going to get that same thing and be satisfied when you're 45? Did you reevaluate? right? Remember this word because it's going to come up several times tonight. Reevaluate. Did you reevaluate the terms on what you need? Because we're not the same people we were when we were 25. So why would our needs and wants remain identical and not go back and look at it, right? So, and feel free to ask any questions. We live. Y'all part of the show too. I love y'all. Or comments. So when you think back about like what are those things like, and we talk about people having boundaries or not having boundaries and kind of knowing what their standards and the things that they're looking for, right? And the next bullet point is really gonna hit home for a lot of y'all. So I want y'all to stay tuned. I want y'all to share and invite because this is about to get it's gonna go a little deeper. A lot of times we don't reevaluate. A lot of times we think we want those same things, right? It's just like I'll give you a real loose example. You know how sometimes we'll say like, and not all women, but some women like, you know, they want a thug when they're 25, and then when they're 45, they like, dang, that's really not gonna suit my lifestyle like that. Even though I like it a little bit. I don't know if that's gonna be like hubby. I don't know if that's gonna be the dude I spend my life with, or even a long-term relationship. And you have to reevaluate and kind of figure out like where are you now? What type of man or woman would fit your life now? And what does that look like? So the next point I want to make about this is a question that you have to ask yourself. And we're going to talk about couples too. Okay. So don't think we just talk about people that's not attached. We got some couples have should have relationship goals while they're in the relationship or the marriage. We're going to talk about that at the end. So you have to ask yourself this question. Are you chasing a great relationship, or are you chasing a person? So I'm explaining to y'all what that means. If you find somebody in your life where you meet them, you might be dating them, and you're mesmerized by them. Amazing person on paper. They cute. They make your pinky toe shake, right? When you kiss them. And you become infatuated with that. And you start craving that feeling. And you keep chasing after this person. And this is when we start to see things like red flags and things we ignore. And we don't know if this is for us or not, but we still chase after it, right? This deviates from your plan of what your relationship goal is, right? So let's ask that question again. Are you chasing a great relationship, or are you chasing the person? Because here's the thing. If you know what type of relationship you want, if you know how you're supposed to feel in that great relationship, you know the attributes that you need to have in place in order for you to feel happy in the relationship, then the person you meet is supposed to fit into that equation. Because if you chase the person in hopes that it will turn into a relationship, you don't even know if it's going to fit what you need because you're not even thinking about that. You're thinking about the person and not ultimately what you need. And another way people say this, sometimes when people get married, they say you want the wedding, but you don't want the marriage. It's the same concept. The relationship is going to require over time way more effort for you to maintain it. So why not know what you need there before you start going out dating and trying to figure out who fits that narrative, right? Because if they don't fit the narrative, and I'm not talking about these list of 500 things, right? Let's be real here, okay? If that person doesn't fit the narrative, then they should not be on your romantic radar. But what we do is we chase so hard after the person that we forget about all those other things that we want in a relationship. And then you end up with like this hybrid, alien, mutated relationship that came out of a situationship or some other kind of crap that you've been through with this person that you was chasing the person. So you got to ask yourself, am I chasing the type of person, or am I chasing a great relationship? And hopefully I can find a person that fits the narrative of what, and hopefully the other person that you meet, y'all can come together and merge and make something beautiful. But if you don't know what you want, How are you going to know if a person meets those qualifications if you don't even know what they are, right? It's like interviewing somebody for a job, but you don't even know what the hell the job is. The job description, right? You know how you want to feel. Yeah, I always talk about on this show, you know what don't feel right feels like. You don't want to feel like that again. You know how you would like to feel in a relationship within reason. So find somebody that fits that. Because all that other stuff that you're chasing out here, how's that working out for you? There's no such thing as a guarantee of success, but you can make smarter choices. You're going to hear that theme across most of my shows. You can make smarter choices. And so we're going to segue into another thing that I want to talk about. And we talk about this sometimes, but I want to expound. And just to recap what I just said, if you look back in your history of failed relationships and failed dates, you will see a pattern. I don't care who you are. You will see a pattern. And in that pattern, you will see that you were chasing something other than what you ideally needed to be happy. Doesn't matter if the person lied. Doesn't matter if the person was this or that. What were you doing and what were you accepting? Okay, because we're all about accountability on both sides here. I just had a conversation with somebody about how these people pander to one side or the other. Everybody got some part to play in it, and you have to be mindful of that. And I'll just say this before we segue into the next bullet point. If you have this evil monster that's doing this stuff to you, then you have to say they're evil, but I'm accepting the evil, so I have a part to play, right? So when it comes to your relationships, you owe it to yourself to know what the job description is before you go out there and look for an applicant, right? Somebody you running out in the street looking for a cute applicant and you don't even know what they're applying for. Situationship. Somebody's ribs hurting. I just hit you in the gut real quick. So look, next bullet point. So when you talk about your goals in your relationship, I'm trying not to date myself, right? Back in the day, they used to call it biting or jacking, right? Are you biting somebody else's goals? Because you don't even know what your own are, right? Friends, family. You see somebody's relationship and they telling you what they looking for, and you like, well, I might as well look for the same thing. You know how disingenuous that is for you and your happiness? Right? When we was growing up, I know it's not. It's 2021 now. But it was offensive for you to jack or bite somebody else's style. You didn't want to be known for that. When you do that with your relationship, when you're doing that with your relationship goals, and you're taking someone else's requirements and making them your own, guess what happens? You meet somebody that meets their requirements, and then you end up not being happy because it was a lie. Just because you want somebody. You can take some time to figure out what the job qualifications are. I know people frown when you say, oh, I don't want to go, on a date, go on dates with people and act like it's an interview. It is a damn interview. Your happiness and your time is on the line. We're going to need to check some things off. So stop being afraid to figure out if that person qualifies for your time and your space. Now, if you are the type of person who doesn't care who's in your personal space, who doesn't care about anything other than just being met and touched on and all that, I'm not talking about you tonight. We talk about people that's looking to be in a relationship or in a serious, whatever the hell you want to call it. If you're looking for that, you got to make sure you got some things set in place before you go out there, or you're going to deviate from the plan. And the plan is for you to have ultimately something that looks mostly like what you want, right? Because there's no such thing as perfect. If you're going out there and you don't have a plan, you will deviate from it and you will spend a lot of time wasting time and possibly being hurt. And guess what happens? When you set yourself up to possibly be hurt, right? You got to add that on to the trauma train. And once you keep adding on to the trauma train, you still got to go out because you want to still be with somebody. You didn't add more stuff on there that didn't have to be there. I need for y'all to catch that. So the next person you deal with, they got to deal with the extra trauma that you put on yourself that wasn't even it. So if this person's supposed to be the one to meet you, you didn't add on some stuff that might turn them off now. I know we flying with tangents on this show, damn it, but y'all need to hear this. Stop. And I'm not talking about, oh, we went on a couple of dates and he ghosted me. I'm talking about your silly behind is staying there for 6 months, then being hurt, and then having to get up from that unhealed and go try to date somebody else. Stop it. Quincy from Facebook says it's hard to get people to stick to a plan because we tend to lie to ourselves. Exactly. And that's the thing. If you lie to yourself and you don't stick to the plan, you can't be mad when some adverse things happen. Because here's the thing. You can say, well, I can't control what other people do, and I can't control if somebody lie. You can control what you deal with. You do have that right. You can control what you choose to deal with or not. Once you find out the lie exists, and it's something that you can't deal with because it's not on your list, it's a deal breaker. When you choose to stay, you made that choice, not the other person. We got to be accountable for something so that we can be, better people, make better decisions, okay? So here's the thing. You jacking somebody else's, I'm going to recap this one. You took somebody else's goals and made them your own because you don't even know yourself. Oops, did I say that out loud? You took somebody else's requirements because you don't even know who you are. I'm dating myself again. But there's this movie called The Italian Job. And if you guys watch this movie, it was a heist, movie. And they all sat around and talked about what they would buy once they got the millions of dollars and they split it, right? And there was one character in the movie that didn't know what the hell he wanted. So he bought everything that everybody else wanted. That's the same. It's the same concept. It's not necessarily going to fulfill you because it doesn't come from inside you. I need y'all to really think and catch. I need y'all to catch that. If you lie to yourself, to Quincy's point, then who you show up to in the dating world is a lie. The person that you meet is falling in love with a fake version of you. And when the real you comes up for air, because the mask getting sweaty. Hold on, I think I got. When the mask getting sweaty, right? You're with a partner that's not even compatible with you. So when we talk about relationship goals, we're talking about you making an assessment of what you really want to have and how you really want to feel it. And if it doesn't really go that way, then you got to detach from it. You should take how you feel and your emotions and your time and your effort and your energy. That should be serious as hell. Especially if you're not 20. Some of us a little up there. Nobody won't waste no time when you're 40. Stop. I'm not spending 5 months with somebody trying to figure it out. Like, I'm gonna just leave that there. The next thing I want to talk about is, are you allowing social media and your society and your environment around you dictate what you need for your personal life? You swiping, right? We talked about this a long time ago. You swiping on Facebook, Instagram, and you like, oh, that's what I want. Oh, hashtag relationship goals. Dang, maybe I should do that. Dang, he took her to this place. Maybe the guy he should take. That's not you. So really this show tonight, the overarching umbrella of this is self-awareness. Do you even know you? You know how many people I meet on a regular basis that can't even answer personal questions about things that they like? It's difficult because they haven't had an opportunity or took the time to even think about it. Do you even know? If you don't have self-awareness about who you are, the things you like, what makes you laugh, what type of movies you like, all this other kind of stuff, how the hell are you going to meet somebody that fits you? Sounds like trouble waiting to happen. Just because you want somebody to be there, you don't even know what you want. So how the hell can you have a goal for a relationship and you don't even know you? I need for y'all to take that home. I need for y'all to marinate on that and really think about, if I'm out here single, even if you in a situationship, whatever, what am I doing? Is this tracking to my goal? And again, disclaimer, if you're out here running these streets, you're living your best life, you're sleeping with 35 people in a week, whatever, I'm not talking about you. Have fun, do you. Nobody's going to be your judge. So Spin City says that's when Billy comes in. Yeah. The Billy character, if you haven't been on my show, that she brought that up, it's a predator. Predators look for people that don't know who they are. Message. I need for y'all to catch that. When you don't know who you are vulnerable. Because that means that you are apt to accept things that you don't even know shouldn't be in your space. Because what is your space if you don't even know who you are? There's no boundary there. How do you stop people from hurting you if you don't even know what hurts you or you don't even know what it is? Y'all need to think about that. Oh, I've been hurt 20 times in a row. Do you even know what you want? And I know it's easier said than done, right? We emotional creatures and we out here, we just want to have fun and all, oh, I met this person. Do you know what you want? And if you don't, how are you going? I keep repeating myself for a reason. Somebody need to hear this. How are you going to find a person that's supposed to fit your life if you don't even know what your life is? And I know we have struggles out here. People are going through it. People broke, people miserable, people have trauma, mental health stuff. I get it. But when you make the decision to say, I want to date, I want to go meet somebody, you got to go out there with a plan. If you really want to be in something, you got to go out there knowing that you're not going to accept things. You're not going to let people have access to things they shouldn't have access to in 24 hours. And I know y'all are going to say, we grown, we can sleep with each other after two hours. I get it. I'm not your judge. But when you are trying to get on a track of trying to be in something long term, it's got to be some checks and balances in there. I know it sounds like homework, right? But you got to do it. It's your life. How many more decades you going to go and not know who you are? Sometimes you got to sit with yourself and figure it out. Sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to talk to somebody. Might need to go get a coach. Might need to find somebody in your life that can kind of help you talk through some things. Because sometimes we don't realize our gifts and our talents and our needs and our wants. Because we out here we grinding. I think Michelle Ford. Oh yeah, Michelle Ford. Michelle Ford talked about grinding. Like people grind so much that they lose themselves. Imagine if you've been grinding for 10 years. You don't even know who are you? You got your team no sleep. You don't have a real plan because you're killing yourself every day. Spence City says they're grown but not emotionally immature. So yeah, So I need y'all to let that sink in. In order for you to have a goal, you got to know who you are. Don't just make arbitrary goals because your mama said you need to get married. Don't make arbitrary goals because your girlfriend said you need to go talk to a guy because he got curly hair. That ain't a goal. And that wasn't even your plan. Somebody else told you to do that. And as Spence City says, grinding themselves into the ground. Guilty is charged. That thing don't do nothing for you but make you sick, man. Stop talking about you only need 30 minutes of sleep a night. Y'all killing me with that. You're a human. You need sleep. You need food and you need sleep. Stop playing and stop it. And people who do that, because we know most entrepreneurs and small businesses don't gain the success that you think it's going to have, so then you try something else. So you try something else, and next thing you know, it's a decade later. Who are you? You're the grinder. That's your resume. I just grind all the time. So don't let social media get you caught up thinking that that's going to dictate what you need for yourself. Your relationship is going to be defined by what you make out of it. And I know it sounds cliche, but it's true. It's a lot of arguments and breakups happen because people wanted their partner to be something they weren't because they saw some on TV and got mad. But you were happy 5 minutes before. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. A good old TV show or meme on social media would wreck your whole week. And then you'd be like, what'd I do? Somebody just got triggered. I don't know who it is, but somebody just got triggered. I know they did. So to recap that one, stop letting other outside forces and sources dictate what you need for yourself. Here's this. The great, amazing person that you're going to meet one day, it's not fair to them. Take care of you first, but it ain't fair to them for you to give them some random hookup with a person that don't even know what the hell they want. You're going to end up hurting that person. So I'm going to wrap this up by talking about couples, married couples, people that's been in long-term relationships. You feel like you've achieved the Holy Grail. You've been together for 5 years. You didn't achieve your relationship goals. And what people need to realize, and I had to learn, I'm not, a young buck. Relationships happen. I'm married now. The relationship goals is a perpetual thing because we're perpetually changing. We're perpetually doing new things every year. So it's essential for people who are married and who are in long-term relationships to kind of check, do a little, what I call a pulse check, figure out if your goals still align and work, and you create new things. And the original things that you had that were supposed to, make you guys work, are you still adhering to those things? Do I still feel the same way? Have those conversations, because what you don't want to do is not have the conversations and 10 years later, you're with a stranger. Message. So you really gotta think about checking, making sure that you are still aligned, making sure that you still have the same goals as a couple. Don't think that you've achieved the end point once you say I do. We still got goals to make, still have things to achieve. And the only way that we're going to know what each other's goals are going through life is if we ask. I need for y'all to let that sink in. It doesn't stop. Because you think about how much we change over a decade. If you're in a relationship, You gotta make sure that y'all are kind of, you know, what's going on and who you dealing with. So check often. Alicia says you're just getting started at I do. Exactly. Don't make the marriage your goal. Make the wedding your goal. Make the marriage and the relationship your goal. Relationship goals, the longevity is what you should be looking for. Back to the second bullet point, are you chasing the person and the idea of a relationship, or are you actually chasing what the relationship should be and finding a person to insert into that plan? Right? And I'll say this again, there's no such thing as a perfect plan. But there's also a thing that if you don't have a starting point of a plan, then you guaranteed to do some chaotic, reckless stuff and then end up having to oh my, everybody ain't shit. Oh, men are this. Oh, women. Oh, everybody sucks. Who are you choosing? Who are you choosing over and over and over and over again? Everybody suck, or just the people that you meet suck in your town at the bar you go to every Friday? Y'all need to stop playing, man. This goes deep, but it doesn't have to be deep if you take time to get to know you. It's real easy to throw somebody and discard people when you know who the hell you are and what you're not going to deal with. But if you don't even know that, everybody get a turn. What gate do you have for them to gain access to? Everybody, as long as they cute, you good, right? They got a job in the car, requirements done, cool. You know what I mean? People out here, they got like maybe 3 things. And then they good. And they like, we'll see what happens. We go with the flow with no information. 6 months later, I don't even know who you are. That's cool for y'all. That's, the 2021 thinking. But people that want to, that champion love like myself, people who enjoy going out dating and meeting new people, and maybe something will happen, maybe it won't. But you got to have some kind of criteria, or you just going to be out here talking. You're going to be out here meeting everything that doesn't belong in your face and then crying foul because everybody's bad. Know how many billions of people on the planet? Everybody bad? Y'all know I say this all. You done met them all? Stop. Because all you're doing is you're creating a self-fulfilling prophecy by putting that energy out into the universe. I talk about this all the time. You keep on, your affirmation in the morning is everybody ain't shit. Guess what? You're probably not going to go on any good dates no time soon. That's just real talk. So I'm going to wrap this up and put it in a pretty bow. We ain't going to go long tonight. Your boy I have a lot of things that I'm going to bring to you in Q2 of this year. And I'm excited. And I'm going to say this on the podcast air, but you're going to start to see some things come April that are going to really enhance your experience with Relationship Gumbo. Y'all know I always try to improve on the model and try to make things efficient, easy to use, easy to understand. I try to talk in plain language so I don't lose people. I have some things coming in April that I'm going to work diligently on to make sure that you guys get everything from me, because I do this. I always talk to you guys about loving what you do so that when you have those down moments that you get back up and you keep going. I love helping y'all. So I got some things coming. I got some, just a sneak peek. Online courses are coming. So all of this information gets put into regimented modules so that you guys can follow it and find the things that you need. The group coaching is going to be revamped, and it's going to be a lot of goodies in there. And y'all really need to stay connected. And as we wrap this podcast portion up, I'm going to say these words, and I'm saying them for a reason. Again, follow me on Instagram and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please notice I didn't say Facebook. Subscribe to YouTube and follow me on Instagram. Also, if you're on Clubhouse, you have an iOS phone or iPad, follow me on Clubhouse. All the information is there. If you don't have a Clubhouse invitation, I have some. Alicia had. We had a whole bunch of them. So come on in, because I'm about to do some things on there too. Like, y'all, it's not a game. If we don't keep pushing forward, we're going to be sitting still or moving backwards. And I don't want either of the latter. So I got some things coming. It's going to require me to spend a lot of time to get it going. But once it's going, we about to have some fun, y'all. I got to get, matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap up this show, right? For everybody that's on the audio, I appreciate you for coming. And make sure you come back next week, same time, same place, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to have fun again. We're going to learn some things. We're going to heal. You're going to share this with your friends and family. And we just going to get this information out there. I had some amazing guests coming up down the pipe. It's a lot of good stuff coming. Like it's about growth, just like in your relationships. You should be about growth and not just time spent. Message. So on that note, I want you guys to have a great evening. I'm glad you came. Please keep coming back. Listen to the audio and the video podcast. The website is relationshipgumbo.info. Make sure you go there. All the goodies. Things are going to be evolving over the week, so please stay tuned. It's going to be some stuff y'all haven't seen before because I'm just that dude. So y'all know I'm an innovator. I don't sit still. I'm always reassessing and looking at whatever I can to make your experience better. So, and those of you who know me know I ain't lying about that. So y'all take care. And that concludes the podcast portion. Have a good night. All right. So everybody that's still on here, right? I'm about to do a game night within the next week-ish. So that's coming. That's going to be on Zoom. So we can kind of chill and fellowship with each other virtually. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have some relationships questions. And I have this game. I don't even know where I put it, but it was here, where it has a bunch of cards in it and you kind of ask questions and they real good, y'all. We can just kind of, it'll serve double duty. You're going to get some things out, but we also going to have fun. So y'all going to see flyers coming on that real soon, like real soon. And just stay plugged in. We got fun. We got some fun. It's not always about, these hardcore lessons. It's really about having fun while you're learning. So let's do that. Let's stay in contact with each other. And y'all have a good night. I had fun with this one. I always have fun with the solo shows that sometimes get a little deep, but we need to get deep sometimes. Sometimes we're going to laugh. Sometimes we're going to cry, but we're going to get healing. That's the goal here. So without further ado, I'm out of here and I will see y'all next week. Same time, same place.
Okay, everybody wants good love, that's true, I know. Derrick Jones about to break it down with the relationship gumbo. Welcome to the podcast. Ain't no doubt we all need this, cause better relationships need better ingredients, so if you want better relations, it's about communication, finding love, staying together. We all wanna make it better, yeah. Derrick Jones the host, your relationship coach. Thank you all for tuning in. Relationship gumbo.